Hey, sports fans, PBNZ Sports Chaos, and we're back with our baseball preview show. PB, 43 years and 3 days to the day. Bucky freaking Dent hits a 3-run pop-up in the 7th inning. The Yankees beat the Sox on 10-2. And here they go, 10-5 tomorrow. They're playing a wild card game. We do it all over again. And by the way, it's only 2 days after the madness of Brady versus Bill. We'll talk about that on Friday when we do our football show. By the way, you got a little beer. You want to do a shout out for your local down there?
Yeah, I do. And hey, I remember that game. That was a day game. I remember coming home from school in grade school and then watching the game in the afternoon. It started like 1 o'clock, and I think I got home. It was like the 7th inning or something like that. And I watched the end of the game from the 7th inning till I don't know if they won it in 9 or it was the 10th inning or whatever that they won it, but it was very, very interesting. And here we are. They would never play. Now it's all primetime stuff, right? But so yeah,
I was in freshman year playing football. I went to the locker room to take a leak, and I was listening to it on the radio, and I kept going back to take a leak every like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's so funny that there's those sporting moments that happen that you just recall exactly what you were doing. There's not many of them, but you think of that's a good top 10 list. Top 10 sporting events where you remember the exact thing you were doing when it happened, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, Biscayne Bay. These guys do excellent job down there. This is a tropical bay IPA. I've featured this one before.
You have.
It's the thing I like about it. It's got that like hoppy taste that you expect out of an IPA. It's very refreshing, but it's 6%, so it's not overwhelming in terms of you have 2 of them and you're like ready to
go to sleep.
Yeah, ready to go to sleep. But this one here I really enjoy. So I picked myself up actually a couple 6-packs of these the other day, and yeah, so
nice. Hey, speaking of remembering what you were doing forever, apparently the Jaguars coach is not going to forget what he was doing on Saturday night for a long, long, long time. That little lap dance episode that made social media for Urban Meyer. How Mrs. Meyer is feeling right now. We'll see. All right. Hey, wild card. We're going to talk about this stuff. Wild card. Some subplots. LA Dodgers, 106 wins, PB, and they now have to play a winner-take-all just to go to the divisional series against the hottest team in baseball right now, the Cardinals. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
You might not even go to the next round.
I know. Isn't that crazy? I mean, that's, we see that sometimes in like the NFL when a team goes, 10-6 or 11-5, before the 17-game schedule and would miss the playoffs, and some other team within the division would win a division at 8-8 or 7-9 or something like that. So it's an unfortunate situation, but it's the way the system works. So.
And by the way, we could have had some real excitement today if the Sox and Yankees had lost, because we could have had 2 tiebreaker games with Toronto and the Mariners, right? But
I don't know how that would have worked. Would that have been like a round robin of some sort, where they just played like, how would they have matched? They put probably the 1 against the 4 and the 2 against the 3 or something like that. And like based on like head to head throughout the season, or
that's a good question. I never heard how that was going to work out. Maybe it was a coin flip like it was for the Sox and Yankees, but back in '78. But who knows? That would have been interesting. And then of course the 2 winners were the wild cards, right? So
yeah,
I would have liked to have seen that. That would have been good for baseball, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like overtime almost, All
right, so let's get into this thing. I want to talk about Tampa Bay in a minute, because once again they have the best record in the American League. But before we get to them, the 2 wild card winners you see coming out of Tuesday and Wednesday night's games. I got the Yankees. Who do you got?
You got the Yankees beating the Red Sox, huh?
I do. I'm still not sold on Chaim Bloom and his mysterious ways.
Yeah, well, I think the Red Sox they're playing at Fenway for a reason, because they won the season series against the Yankees.
10-9, and they outscored them by 1 run.
Yeah, yeah, right.
75-74.
Yeah, well, the thing here with it's going to be Garrett Cole pitching against Evaldi, right? Garrett Cole on the season in his games he pitched against the Red Sox had an ERA right around 5. Not that impressive. Last time out, he pitched at the regular season. He let up 5 runs in 6 innings. And then 2 times in the rotation before that against Cleveland, he let up 7 runs on 10 hits in 5 and 2/3 innings pitched. So he hasn't been pitching well as of late. they didn't rest him down the stretch. They couldn't give him extra days off and things like that they like
No,
to
they
do.
needed him. Yeah.
They didn't have anything clinched. He is their ace, but he hasn't pitched like an ace. So I'm considering that. I'm considering the season long record, the Red Sox in the Red Sox favor. And that's how they got home field. And I think the Red Sox at Fenway Park are the better team. And I'm taking the Red Sox tomorrow night.
I would like to say yes,
but
they did lose their last 5 out of 6 to the Yankees. Evaldi did not look good in his game last game against the Yankees. So I want to be with you, but I don't believe that they can pull it off. We'll see. If they win, I'll be so happy though. Trust me.
All right.
Dodgers and the Cards. Another game like we just talked about.
Yeah.
1 game all. Wainwright pitches for the Cards, correct?
Yeah. Wainwright's 8-2 on the road this year with a 3.58 ERA. So he's very respectable on the road. But he too, couple rough outings, 5 runs in 4 innings pitched in his last time out on the road. Well, I should say on the road in Milwaukee. His last road outing, he let up 5 runs in 4 innings. So you can get to him. Good teams can get to him. And the Dodgers obviously have a stacked lineup. So, that's but Wainwright's good. But Max Scherzer, on the other hand, here's a guy who's 15-4 on the year, 2.46 ERA. But he too, these pitches on down the stretch were struggling. His last outing against San Diego, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 11 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. Before that, against Colorado, which is a very weak hitting team, let up 6 hits and 5 runs in 5 innings. He hasn't pitched well as of late. So I'm not expecting this to be a pitcher's duel. I think this game is going to be an absolute offensive feast. And I got, because of that, if I go to the lineups, the Dodgers clearly have the better lineup. So that's why I'm taking the Dodgers.
I'm with you. They have a better lineup, but if it's a blowout like that, who has a better bullpen? I'm not a fan of Jansen, the closer for the Dodgers. He seems to choke a lot.
Yeah. Well, by blowout, it could be, it could be 10-6 or something. You don't need to, But
I'm going Dodgers. I'm with you.
I'm going Dodgers too in that one. And I love what they did during the regular season. Trey Turner, to me, he may be the reason why they win tomorrow, and he may end up being the MVP of the World Series this year. I mean, I got to go in the World Series. I'm jumping the gun here a little bit, but.
By the way, he's 4th right now in the MVP voting. They say the odds makers have him 4th. Believe it or not.
Yeah, guy's got it all. He can hit the long ball. He can steal bases. Hits for average. Gets on base. Great player.
All right, real quick, I got to ask you, this Tampa Bay team once again, and I know I'm going to give the cover here, but I know you have them going pretty far. If you were to take the Tampa Bay lineup, Toronto Blue Jay lineup, Yankees lineup, Red Sox lineup, you took the starting 9, including designated hitter, you threw them in a hat and said, okay, pick 9 guys out. I don't think you pick a Tampa Bay guy. At least I didn't pick him. What do you think?
Yeah, it's tough. You're right. I mean, you could make a very good argument that Tampa Bay is not a team of superstars. They're a team of players that play well together. They play good defense. They're well coached. They make the right decisions at the right time. And they just kind of, for lack of better expression, bore you to death. I mean, it's just one of those teams that just eats away at you, and it's evident by the record that they've had, the run differential they've had, all tops in the American League. Maybe you make a case for Brandon Lowe, but you're up against a guy like Simeon, who's in a contention for an MVP. Arizanina, is that how you say his name?
Randy. Yep.
He's pretty good. Brandon Lowe for a second baseman, 39 home runs, 99 RBIs is unheard of in this league. But again,
but then Trevor Simeon hits 40 and has 100 plus, right?
Right. So then, that's what kind of blows it away, but still a very, very good player. So you might be right. I mean, you may not put anybody from Tampa on that team. I
got Jansen, the catcher from Toronto. By the way, I think Vasquez is better defensively. Sanchez is a better hitter, but I don't have a Tampa Bay guy there anyway to close. First base is Vlad Jr., hands down. Trevor at second base. X-Man is at shortstop. Close. Bo Bichette had a great year. He's right there with the X-Man. Third base is Devers. Left field, I like the kid from Toronto, Hernandez. Tesca, is that how you say his name?
Teoscar.
Oscar. I like him. Or Gallo, now that he came over, was a real big ad for the Yankees in left field. Center field, Springer's the best pure center fielder, but Kiki Hernandez, when he plays this, had a better season in my mind. Right field, it's Aaron Judge, and I know you said Arando, but Hunter Renfroe led the league in assists.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
And he had 33 home runs, 32 home runs. So there's no one even close to Tampa Bay in my mind.
Yeah. So what's going to happen then when Tampa Bay plays the Yankees in your world, or in my world, it would be Tampa Bay against Boston, because we know Chicago and Houston will face off in the other divisional series. So who are you liking there? Are you taking the Yankees over Tampa, or are you going to take Tampa?
I am. I'm going once again. I hate it. I said it last year at the same time, PB. You remember? I hate picking the Yankees. I'm picking them once again. I don't know why, but I am.
But you know what?
I think offense wins.
Okay, well, I know why, because you also picked the Yankees to be in the American League Championship Series at the beginning of the season against the White Sox. So I take it you're probably going to take the White Sox over the Astros. But
I'll never. You know what? The Astros have a better team, and I do like Dusty Baker. I'm sorry he has to coach that miserable puke team, but I can't take the pukes.
All right. Well, we'll tell you what. So you have Chicago White Sox beating the Astros, and you have the Yankees beating the Rays. So you have a White Sox, Yankees, ALCS, which, you know what? Here's the beauty of the PBNZ show, folks. When we made our Major League Baseball predictions, I had my Final Four. Z had his Final Four. He predicted the White Sox and the Yankees and the ALCS. I predicted the Astros and the Rays. You know what? All those teams are in the dance. If you listen to our show at the beginning of the year and just watch this all the way through, here we are in a situation. So one of us could be spot on with this. So what I had predicted at the beginning, which was the Rays, they beat the Yankees, and they just do it by being scrappy. They're going to have home field. They don't pitch a guy, sometimes they have an opening pitcher, right? He'll pitch a couple innings. They'll throw everything at you. They'll get creative, and they'll beat the Yankees. I really believe that. I mean, they'll beat the Red Sox, because I'm predicting the Red Sox beat the Yankees.
Yeah.
Either way, they're going to beat the Red Sox or the Yankees by doing that.
If it's the Red Sox, they win in a sweep.
Probably. Red Sox might pull off a game at home, maybe in 5, but wait, is that a 5? Is that a 7 or a 5?
It's a 5-game series.
The 5-game series, right? Okay. And then you have on the other side the Houston Astros. I'm sorry, I cannot take them. I cannot take the White Sox over the Astros. I think pitching wise, there's no question the White Sox are right there with Houston from a starting pitching standpoint. I agree with you there. But when I look at the lineup, I mean, outside of Abreu, Anderson had a really good year. I mean, that's really all you got. Houston's just stacked top to bottom. You're
right. I put it in my notes. Much better team, but I can never pick the pukes.
Yeah, and I just, there's no way I'm going against that Astros team right now. So I got the Astros and the Rays in the finals in the ALCS.
Has Dusty ever won a World Series? He's been with a few different teams. I don't know if he's ever won a World Series as a coach, manager.
I don't know.
You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing Dusty win. I just hate the rest of the team.
All right,
let's move to the NL.
All right. Well, do you want to say who's going to win your White Sox Yankees game first to go to the series?
The old man, Tony La Russa, pulls it off. He goes to the World Series.
So you got the White Sox in the World Series. Okay, I'm going to say Tampa pulls it off and repeats as the ALCS champion.
Ooh, okay.
Goes back to the World Series.
I'm hoping for the old guy.
All right.
All right, let's go.
What about the National League? So we both have the Dodgers winning, which means the Dodgers would then go on to play the San Francisco Giants, which again is another screwing because they had the 106 win. They have to play the hottest team in baseball to get in. And then once they get in, they got to go play a team that also won 107 or 8 games or whatever. And beat them.
107, yeah. And BB, and it stinks that it's a 5-game series. That should be the 7-game series, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. So in that series, I think it's going to be, again, kind of close. But when I look at the pitching staffs, they're comparable. I do like Buehler at the top of that rotation for LA. I don't know, man. I got to look at the offensive lineup. LA is like Houston in that way. I think they're top to bottom. They have a great lineup. You know, you got guys like Mookie Betts, and you got guys like Trey Turner, like I mentioned earlier, Trey Turner.
I mean, their number 9 guy could hit the ball out of the pocket anytime.
Yeah, I like what Muncy adds to the whole mix there. There's just too many guys that I think can generate offense there. So I got to take the Dodgers over the Giants.
I'm with you on that. The only thing I would say is that the Giants win. I hope it's Mike Yastrzemski hitting a game-winning homer in Game 5.
There you go. That'd be interesting. And then the other series will be Atlanta and Milwaukee. You know, if I stick with my guns, folks, if you watch, I just mentioned I had the Final Four, Houston, Tampa. On the other side, I had the Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Dodgers playing the NLCS. So I got to stick with that theory, but it still holds true. I like Albies at second base. He had 30 home runs, 106 RBIs, also stole 20 bases. Austin Riley at third base had a fantastic year. 33 homers, 107 RBIs, also batted .303, tops on the team. You look at that rotation, you got Charlie Morton at the top of it. Alex Fried is in the mix, and Anderson, who had a fantastic year as well, you know, as a number 3 pitcher. So I think that team is, you know, top to bottom, offense, defense, pitching, batting is really there. Milwaukee.
And I like Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman is a solid professional, right?
Another guy. And Milwaukee, I'm just not sold in their lineup. I just don't think they have a lineup that can generate offense. I do like the years Woodruff had. Burns had a good year. Lauer's a sneaky good pitcher, but at the end of the day, I think Atlanta's the better team. So I think you're going to see Atlanta and the Dodgers in the NLCS.
I'll tell you what, I think Acuna's injury comes back to bite the Braves in the butt. I think Yelich plays like the MVP he was 2 years ago because Giannis and A-Rod send him a text and saying, you better get off your you-know-what and do something in the playoffs, Yelich. He has a huge one. And JBJ hits a game winner in Game 5 to send them on to face the Dodgers.
Who hits the home run?
JBJ, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Oh, JBJ. Okay. All right. So you got a Brewers,
Dodgers,
NLCS, and I got a Braves, Dodgers. All right. Yeah. So and you have the White Sox and the Yankees, and I have the Astros and the Rays. So the only Final Four team we agree on is the Dodgers. Okay. So you got the White Sox going against who's going to win that series?
I got the White Sox going the World Series with the old man.
Right. You got who are they going to play against now? Who's going to win?
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers. Okay. I think the Dodgers are
the
going to.
other old guy, Albert Pujols, hits a game winner in Game 5. Dodgers win 4-1.
All right. Okay. That's a good prediction. I got the Dodgers also representing the National League in the World Series, but I'll have them up against the Rays.
Who do you got winning?
Man, you know, you got Tampa, the city of champions right now. They got the Stanley Cup in Tampa with the Lightning. They got the Super Bowl trophy there with the Bucks. The Rays were in the World Series last year, but lost. I think they get back there this year, and they're scrappy players figure out a way to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm going to take the Rays to win it all this year.
Oh, go figure. Sunshine Boy picks the Florida team to win it all. All right. Hey, you know what? It's hard to go back-to-back in any sport, and the Dodgers won it last year, right? So you could be right there. All right, man. Good pick.
So are you taking the White Sox or the Dodgers to win the World Series?
I'm taking the Dodgers to win it all, man.
All right. Okay. Should be fun.
But I'm with you. If Tampa Bay got there, I think they would win this time. I just got a feeling the White Sox hold them off. I don't know why. I just got a funny feeling Tony La Russa will pull something out of his backside.
Yeah. And it all starts tomorrow night, 8:00, right? It's ESPN is showing that game tomorrow night, 8:00 Eastern time. Red Sox, Yankees. It's going to be a classic.
By the way, what do you prefer, ESPN or TBS? I'm an ESPN guy.
Yeah, I'll go with ESPN on that one.
All right. Friday night, we'll talk some football, fans. We got a lot to talk about. We're at the semi-quarter pole since it's no longer a quarter pole anymore. We'll talk about that on Friday. PB, good show. Talk to you soon.
All right. Have a good night.